Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Brandon Johnson from UsedBoatsTV, and we're back today for another Monday meeting.
But first, I'd like to introduce our channel. I've been passionately selling boats for over 19 years. The purpose of this channel is to help you and your family enjoy boats and boating just as much as my family and I enjoy it. So thanks to the help of my staff,
Hi, Brady.
Hi, Mason. We've been able to successfully upload hundreds of boat reviews, construction operation, help, and how-to videos. I don't ask for anything in return, except for the opportunity to possibly help you find a boat when the time comes. So to stay up on everything we upload, click that subscribe button below and stay tuned.
Nice. So to all of our subscribers, welcome back. If you're new here, the purpose of the Monday meeting is to simply answer questions from our subscribers or anything that's been posted on one of our social media platforms like Facebook or Twitter or God knows what else is out there these days that my kids like to play with that I have no idea how to work. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. And if you guys have any questions at all, please put something down in the comments below. We've had a crazy week this last week. We set a new record, which made me kind of get inspired a little bit to do a little contest. So between now and next Monday's Monday meeting, take a wild guess how many units that we closed here at First Phase Marine last week. The first person to get it right, I'm going to send a free butt seat spray kit to. So go ahead and type down below in the comments, put that number. First person to get it right, we're going to send it. If we didn't get anyone that gets it right, next week I will post it. So I'll give you a hint. It's under 100, but it's a good one. So moving right into our first comment, Mr. Joseph Finnick asked, "Hi, just wanted your opinion on Four Winds. I'm looking at a 03 Horizon 22 bowrider, very clean, 450 hours, big black Merc." Well, Four Winds, as I've often said, is probably what I would consider the single most underrated boat brand that we see here, you know, at the Lake of the Ozarks especially, really all over the United States. It's one of my favorite trailerable boats. What's that mean? Anything they make that's legally trailerable. You have to remember, not every manufacturer makes like all the models the same, but Four Winds does. Like the 180, 190 Horizon, that's the same vinyl, same windshield, same fiberglass, same gel coat that's in the 290 Horizon, which is one of my also favorite boats. So 2003, you know, that body change was an 04. 04 has a center walkthrough. I really love that with the gull wing sun pad and the back seats flip up, so that's awesome. That specific model year 220 is much bigger than your typical 22-foot boat. It's very tall hull-sided. It has a lot more draft than the new body style. In fact, I've commonly said you could take two of the new body styles, set it inside the old body style, and you may not see the windshield. That's an exaggeration, but either way, that's a deep V that rides good. That has a side walk-through. It's a great model, and obviously it's well-powered. With hours, you know, is that a lot of hours would be another question I get asked a lot. I'm one of the worst people to ask about what's high hours in a boat because I got into this business. It's a long story, but I had a boat given to me in high school, and we put roughly 3,000 hours on that boat. It looked like hell when I sold it, but it still ran good. It had grass growing in it when it was given to me. If you maintain a boat properly, there's really no such thing as high hours. I would recommend getting a compression test where they check the strength of the motor. Basically, you know, they pull the spark plugs, they put a compression gauge in there, you pull the neutral safety switch, and they start it, and you read the pressure. You want that all to be like over 100 and within 15 pounds of one another. Like perfect compression in that motor is probably 135 on each cylinder in that age. So hope that answers your question. It's a great boat. I really like that model. Let's go to this next one here. Port Miami Mike asks, I'm having a hard time finding a Sea Ray bowrider. I see a lot of Sea Ray deck boats. Has Sea Ray stopped making bowriders? No. But a Sea Ray Sun Deck is a bowrider. Sea Ray makes one of the only like true deep V 21 degree dead rise deck boats, so to speak. So typically deck boats flat on bottom. If you've never watched our dead rise video, down in the description below I explained kind of what dead rise is and why it's important. So typically a deck boat, you have more room forward. So how do they do that? They make the hull a little flatter. They take out some of the V, so they usually don't ride as good. Well, Sea Ray keeps that sharp V. So really, a Sea Ray deck boat has the least amount of room of any deck boat, but it also outrides every deck boat. So to me, it's definitely worth it. So a Sea Ray Sun Deck is still, to me, a bow rider because of the hull design. But yeah, Sea Ray still makes like the SLX and the SPX. SPX is kind of the smaller, more condensed versions, and the SLX gets up to the great big models. The thing with boat inventory all over the United States is it's just low. I mean, a lot of dealers are telling me they have their, like in the fall, they had their entire 2021 inventory pre-sold. Couldn't get another boat. I was down at the local Chaparral dealer today. I got a lot of respect for those guys. We're thinking about opening up another location for our boat trailer business here down at Table Rock Lake. And I took down, a guy that I've known forever, a great guy, Rich, and he kind of showed me the area to see where we should put a store. They're struggling for inventory. So you got, real fancy places that can't get boats. And I heard from a very reputable source that the number one company that produces almost the entire amount of seat foam for basically every boat builder in the United States, when we had those cold temperatures like in Texas and Florida, it almost destroyed the entire production year of foam for boat seats. I'm sure that they'll outsource that and find a way to make their inventory, continue to build, so to speak. But that's going to be a hard thing to get around on an immediate order. You got boats sitting around, you got vinyl sewed and stitched, but no one wants to sit on a board or styrofoam or whatever. That's going to be a hard thing. So a lot of your companies are having trouble getting all the products to produce boats. But no, Sea Ray is definitely still making bow riders. In the pre-owned market, I'm having trouble getting boats to sell, period. Thank God that we're selling a lot of trailers, but the inventory is very limited all across the board. Everything we find is selling right away. So you're not the only one, Mike. But we're doing good. This last one was from Lewis. Hi, I enjoy your videos from Portugal. Thank you so much. That makes me excited that someone from Portugal is watching our videos. I would like to give you a suggestion. Could you put Cobalt Boat and Chaparral side by side and compare the quality of their construction in some videos or any other brand so that people can really see the ups and downs of every one? Regards. That's a great idea. I've actually never thought about doing videos side by side, and I could use my drone. We'll get into that. We'll do some videos like that once we kind of get some more inventory. It's really got to be model specific though, because not every manufacturer makes every model evenly. There's certain brands like I've sold some Rinker cruisers. They're price point cruisers. Nothing wrong with them. They're just less expensive. So some people would consider them a lower end brand. I don't really think that. But a 282, there was a 272 Rinker, which became the 282, which then was redesigned on the top cap to be a 296. Great boat. Everything. A 232, a 246, great boats. They compete with almost anything. Their 192 and 212 are great boats. But I personally wouldn't own a Rinker cruiser, not because I'm cool, just because I would rather buy something that was older, that was built better, and have that same experience in terms of what the boat offers me, if that makes sense. But with Chaparral and Cobalt specifically, always remember this, no matter what you're looking at. It's really not what you see at first that makes a boat great. It's the quality of the hardware that holds it together. So when you're comparing boats, look at the little things, the hinges, the latches, the storage lids. What are they made out of? Are they, is everything screwed down? Is it through bolted? And I'll say that about, Cobalt and Sea Ray both. Typically where you find a screw, you're going to find a bolt with a lock nut. And if you take the lock nut off, they even used Loctite. I know Cobalt does that. A lot of your boats, you're just going to find screws. Fiberglass should never be screwed together. It should be form-fitted. Everything should be in its place where it's supposed to go. The less amount of screws, the less amount of composites, the better the boat. I feel like Chaparral since about 03, I don't know what happened then, but it seems like the qualities went through the roof and they're really comparable and competitive with most anything. I love the SSIs, the SSXs. I really love the Sinestas. They're great boats with great layouts, great storage compartments, great gel coat. In fact, the detailers, where I used to work for 12 years, they always said that the newer Chaparrals, newer than like an 02 or an 01, newer than an 01, had the best gel coat to polish back out easy if the boat was real faded. Definitely both great brands. One thing I always say to do too is just pick out a 3 by 3 foot square part of each boat. count how many screws are in there. That's easy to do. You know, you're going to look at some brands and you're going to count 20 screws. Other brands, you'll count none. So just how they're put together. Pinch the vinyl. Look underneath it and see how the seams and stitching is. If there's only a single seam in like the lumbars, or where the vinyl is going to have the most amount of pressure from your tailbone, your knee, anywhere you're going to sit, stand, whatever, you know that single stitch isn't going to hold up real well in that location. But in the overall scheme of things, from my experience selling them both, they're both great boats. You can't fault them. It's really just a matter of styling to me. You know, the Cobalt, I don't know why. When I look at it, I just see luxury. I feel like it's luxurious. Some people will look at a Cobalt and say it's plain and boring. I don't know how you think that. I don't know how some people voted for someone I didn't vote for, but that's what happened. And it's just a matter of personal, I don't know, whatever you like, you know? I like brunettes. Some people like blondes. Who cares? They're good women with hair colors. I'm just BSing now. Anyways, this ends our Monday meeting. Hopefully I answered those questions to the best of my abilities. If you have some ideas for next week's video, be sure to post them down in the description. Be sure to guess how many units we closed last week. We got enough comments with questions from this last week via text message, Facebook, and YouTube to be able to make a couple videos. But still, you know, if there's a better question, I'm going to answer that first. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Brandon. We'll see you on the water.
Woke up quick at about noon, just thought that I had to be in confidence soon.
Just a good old boy.